It takes courage to answer a call. It takes courage to give your all. It takes courage to rest your name. It takes courage to be true. It takes courage to answer a call. It takes courage to give your all. It takes courage to rest your name. It takes courage to be true.
Our congregation was preparing for the tricentenary of its foundation in Belgium. To mark this event, our Superior General, Mother Mary Hendrick, the Provincial Superiors of India, Mother Renee D'Souza and Mother Benedicta Lobo, decided to extend the SCB mission to the north of India. To realize this dream, the Gospel of St. Mark 16:15 was a guiding light to our sisters. Jesus said to them, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation." Then he sent them forth to accomplish the mission, to announce the good news to the poor, to heal the sick, and to liberate the captives of social bondage. As disciples of Jesus today, that mission is also our mission in order to manifest the compassionate face of Jesus through our charism.
Inspired by the powerful words of Jesus, our sisters set foot in the soil of Chotanagpur and Madhya Pradesh in November 1983. Sister Stan, Sister Josita, and Sister Clotilda were the privileged ones to pioneer this mission in Chotanagpur. They were warmly welcomed by the natives in their typical culture of washing of the feet, hands, and dance on 8th November in 1983. Our sisters stayed in Changi village in Kuru and began to explore the possibilities of opening a mission center. The life was not easy for them in any way, as they lived in the tribal village, sharing the house of the village head. They had to walk miles together to reach out to the people in faraway villages. They carried with them some dry lunch and returned home late in the evening. Sister Bede, Sister Teresa Augustine, and Sister Sebasti made way into Hoshangabad, Madhya Pradesh on November 27 in 1983. In the beginning, approach to the villages was extremely challenging. People were suspicious about the presence of the sisters. A number of villages did not welcome them. With great effort, they began to work in 3 villages, visiting the houses, attending to the sick, conducting non-formal education. The weather conditions were severe. They had to bear with the scorching sun in summer and the piercing cold in winter. The mode of travel was trucks, tractors, and cycles. Our sole purpose of opening a mission center is to empower the villages and bring about quality changes in the life situation of the people. It was possible in 3 ways: by giving a value-based Christian education to the poor children of the locality, creating social awareness through education of women, by organizing health and hygiene programs. In those days, the northern region comprising of Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, which included present-day Bihar, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, was simply backward in many ways. Education was a far-fetched reality for rural population, except for the places where missionaries had reached. Government schools then prevalent were in total neglect. Hence, our first concern was to open primary schools wherever possible in vernacular language. Our focus always had been towards the deprived, the tribal, Dalits and women. One school in a village actually catered to many villages around, even within a radius of 15 kilometers and beyond. There was no transportation facility whatsoever, which meant the need of boarding facility for girls and boys. That's how the tribal hostels came into existence, which became the life stream of the school. We could create magic working with them. It was the first generation we educated then in that area. The impact of the schools and the hostels in the society was tremendous.
We are proud to say that our two teachers from Kodo School, Sister Harriet Kispota and Sister Rosalyn Ain, are the first vocations from Chotanagpur area, and now many have followed their footsteps. Along with the schools came the need of a health center to cater to the health needs of the students, boarders and the villagers in the absence of hospitals around. We could literally save so many patients with malaria, typhoid, jaundice and snake bites and so on. Even assisting delivery cases became crucial in the absence of public healthcare system. Sisters assisted some families to be freed from bonded labor system, clearing their debts and releasing their land. They also taught them effective ways of cultivation, food, nutrition, health and hygiene. We lost no chances in educating the illiterate. Adult education programs were initiated and self-help groups were created to empower them. We always closely collaborated with the local parish to strengthen the faith of the existing Catholic community. Meaningful liturgical celebrations, family visits, tour masses, participation in local festivals, etc. were occasions for us to establish a good bonding with the villagers. The success of a mission in these places gave us the boost to extend our presence into new places. We started spreading its branches far and wide in northern region, keeping in mind the purpose for which we came. The other fresh pastures are Hatia, Kereng, Gumla, Bhatgaon, Shivpuri and Nazabgarh. January 12, 2003 will be remembered as a red letter day in the history of the northern region, for on this day, the third province of the Congregation of the Sisters of St.Charles in India came into existence with Sister Christine Vaz as Provincial Superior. This decision was taken in order to render the best of service to the northern region for better coordination and effective collaboration in the administration of the congregation at large. The first provincial and her councillors, Sister Christine Vaz, Sister Sabina Kurian, Sister Clotilda de Sosa, Sister Elizabeth Chaco and Sister Harriet Kispota. After the successful completion of 6 years of administration, the reins were handed over to Sister Sabina Kurian and her councillors. Then the third team came under the leadership of Sister Sebasti and her councillors. The present team is under the leadership of Sister Mary Jacob and her councillors. The province, which was formed with just 8 communities and 56 sisters, has grown into 18 communities with 131 members. We are glad that 10 sisters from our province are working in overseas missions. Kudos, sisters, for saying yes to His will generously. We remember with gratitude many sisters who worked and left for their eternal reward. I start with Mother Rene, the first provincial who started the mission here in Jharkhand. Her dream for Northern Mission has become a reality today. We also fondly remember Sister Anne Mary, then Superior of Uru community. How can we forget a lively daughter of Jharkhand, Sister Theodora Khakha, who suffered from Japanese encephalitis and passed away at a very young age.
Of flowers blooming in a garden of love, God's voice is heard in many ways. In response to this call of God, the Sisters of St.Charles Borromeo started the new mission in Nathial in 2005, followed by New Serchhip and Aizol. Opening our houses in Northeast was a very tough decision. We hope to get some vocations from this region. Dumka, Makunda, Burigoda and Chatra missions were started to cater to the tribals in humble situations. Faith formation, school, hostel and social upliftment programs have brought changes in the fabric of the society. Indeed, the sisters had to go through hard times bringing up the life and mission. Well, a good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. We have given away Nathial and Makunda due to functional reasons. It is worth taking the name of Kereng community as it has a rich history of medico, socio and pastoral apostolate. Through the tribal hostel, health center and Spurs, a center for the differently abled children, a great number of people's lives have been touched and transformed by our sisters. Northern Province is collaborating with the diocese in Shivpuri, New Serchhip, Babina, Kalpi and Chatra to run quality schools for the diocese of Gwalior, Aizol, Jhansi and Hazaribagh respectively. Our motto there is to give them value-based Christian education. In Dumka, we are collaborating with the Jesuits for the Santali tribe, while in Burigoda for Ho Munda tribe with the Jamshedpur diocese. The Montessori English medium school in Gubla forms the tiny tots and the hostel caters to tribal girls in Don Bosco ICSE school. Kudu, Hoshangabad, Hatia, Shivpuri, Batgaon, Samaspur and Aizol are the main school communities of the province. With the corona crisis and new education policy come into effect, there are a lot of challenges before the schools today. Sivni Malwa is a fast-growing offshoot from Hoshangabad school. The school has reached standard 6 this year. All these campuses are today buzzing with activities where thousands benefit and grow. Families place their trust and confidence in us. Our mission remains the same, that is, to empower families and societies by helping them to grow into intellectually competent, morally upright, socially committed and spiritually inspired men and women. Chota Nagpur is the seed bed for vocations, and the province felt the need of having a separate formation house as the vocations increased. With the passage of time, and the brain behind this move was none other than Sister Christine Vass, and the counselors. The solemn inauguration of the Formation House at Jhansi took place in 2008. The General Chapter of 2000 welcomed the proposal of establishing the lay collaboration with the congregation. So the Northern Province felt the need of starting the lay association, and many communities responded to it positively and are continuing the mission of compassion with the collaboration of the lay associates. Today, in a special way, we remember with gratitude our sisters who rendered their service and returned to their provinces. Sisters Stan, Sister Bertin, Sister Emily, may God bless them. As we look back on these past years and see the growth of the province, we cannot but exclaim with the psalmist, "This indeed is the work of God."
What boundless love, what fathomless grace, you have shown us, a God of compassion. Each day we live an offering of praise as we show to the world your compassion. How beautiful the feet that carry this gospel of peace to the fields of injustice and the valleys of need, to be a voice of hope and healing, to answer the cries of the hungry and helpless with the mercy of Christ. What